What is up, guys? Hope everybody is having a great day. I want to talk about something cool that I've been doing over the last couple of weeks, and I'd love your support. So once you watch the video, if you could share it, I'd really appreciate it. And so at the end of March, I spoke at the Legacy Summit in Chicago, and one thing that I talked about was developing the executive edge with AI. And I always talked about how human expertise and human content plus AI equals maximum impact. And so with the tools we have now in the market, I think the great thing is if you've had loads and loads of content that you've wanted to put onto the market, but you don't know how, AI is a great tool for that. And so there's several things that I've done outside of the marketing industry, specifically what I do in ministry. And I've had several messages that I've spoken about my favorite scripture, 1 Corinthians 9:24, and other scriptures that I've written about over and over and over again. And so using AI, I was able to create some books. And so I'm super excited to kind of give you an explanation about each of those books and why it's important to me. So the first one is called Run to Win. And so this book is based off of 1 Corinthians 9:24. And basically it talks about how being the best is not just about like obtaining worldly possessions, but it's about being able to grow your stage so that way that you can tell other people why you do what you do. And so I wrote this book utilizing lots of messages. And so this is the first book. I'm super excited. And all these books I'm going to explain to you are on Amazon. And so this book is great for any kids, really, I think ages 4 to 10. Just talks about how running life's race, you should run to win, but you should understand why you're running to win. So that's the first book. Another book that I wrote is called More Than a Football Player. And so going into my third year of undergrad, which was my redshirt junior year of football, that's when I rededicated my life to Christ. And so this book is really a story about that. And it really talks about how in Romans 12:1-2, it talks about do not be conformed to the things of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And so that's what this book is about. It's a story that me and my dad and everybody who's close to me knows about. And it's a story about how one note from my dad changed my life forever. So More Than a Football Player, this book is based off of Romans 12:1-2. Then you have Be the Best You. I think that I wrote this book and it's based off of Colossians 3:23 because I think what happens is a lot of times in life, we're told because of the media that we're not good enough because of where we come from or what we look like. And so I wanted to give kids somewhat of a motivation to understand that, hey, if you focus on being the best you, the rest of the world will take notice versus worrying about what the rest of the world tells you about being the best, about how you can have certain setbacks. And so this book is based on Colossians 3:23. And so that's why I wrote this book. So those are the kids' books that I was able to write, again, using content that I've done, whether it be messages, outlines, reflections in my journal that I write in every day. But I was able to generate those books. But then one cool project that I'm super excited about is also called the Stewardship Journal. And so 1 Peter 4:10 is another scripture that's really close to me. But in this journal, basically what it is an accountability check-in. And so the accountability check-in is based off of 4 areas in your life: faith, family, fitness, and finance. And so about a year ago, I would write in my journal and I'd give myself a score of 1 to 10 every single day. And the reason I did that is because one of my close friends named Ali Jamal always told me is like, you need to learn to manage activities, not just manage outcomes. And so if you can give yourself a scale of 1 to 10 on these 4 areas every day, it allows you to see your progress. And in here, it allows you to reflect on the day. It allows you to have weekly check-ins. It allows you to analyze where you're starting at the beginning of 12 weeks with whatever goals you have, and you can then look back on the 12 weeks and see the progress that you made. So this is also on Amazon, but I'm super excited for this to be released as well. And then the last one, if you know me, one thing that I like to collect oftentimes is notebooks. And the reason I like to collect notebooks is simple, because I'm always on a computer, but when it comes to putting your thoughts on pen to paper, you can't deny it. If you write something down, like you want to lose weight or you want to grow a business or something, and you give yourself 30 days, like you can't just delete the note from your phone or delete something like that. Like it's set in stone. And if you hit the goal, it's great. But if not, you have to reflect on it. And so this is basically just a blank journal. But I named this journal Invent, Plan, Build, Repeat, where big ideas meet bold action, because I think that One of the quotes in my office is by Robert Kennedy Sr., and he says, "Some men see things as they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not." And so I think that a lot of people in life have really, really big ideas, but they don't ever write them down and they don't ever plan for them. They just continue to talk about them over and over and over again. And so I created this journal simply to begin to be able to write down ideas. That way you can see your ideas really come to life through the planning and processes that you develop. And so, again, those are what I was able to do. I really appreciate any support. The reason I did all of this was not necessarily because of the royalties or I just want to be known as some author. The real reason I did this was a legacy piece. I think when it comes to the fact that I have a child on the way, I'm starting to realize more and more that life is less about me, but life is more about the people I can impact and the people that I can help in life. And so I hope that these books are able to do that. They are all on Amazon. I'll put the link in the caption, but I always appreciate any support you can give. And if you can share this video to others, I really appreciate it too. Have a great day and God bless.